Cups, welcome and welcome back again. It's time to step into the lion's den. Today I'm going to be doing a reading on Dean, and let's just hop right into it. I'm going to be using my Caroline Mays card to do a personality reading on him. If you're new here, I start off with personality readings on people who I haven't read before or I've never done a personality reading on. So, these cards come, can be read two ways, both upright and reversed. Every person may get a variant of upright or reverse cards, and if you see a lot of cards in the reverse side, which is a negative trait, and you don't want to see anything negative on your idol, please skip past this part. Do not harass me for reading the cards that have come out of this deck, please. I'd really appreciate it. All right, so what I'm going to be doing is getting started. I'm just going to see what kind of personality traits come out for Dean. I want to know, guys, I like Dean's music. What is your favorite song from Dean? Like, what are your favorite songs from Dean, and what songs would you recommend? I think I've listened to Bonnie and Clyde, and I think there's one like Full Moon or Half Moon. I listened to a few of them, but I think only a few off of one album. So I don't know. Oh, and Instagram. I love that song too. So please leave some suggestions for some Dean music that you think is underrated, that you want me to listen to. I listened to Eric Bellinger and Dean. I forgot the name of the song, but I love that one. But those are the songs I've heard. Okay. Come through, Dean. Come on now. Give me two more, sir. Oh, hold on. Give me two more, sir. Okay. Okay, we're good. Okay, I'm just going to put the darker, well, I'm going to leave it as is. Alrighty. Alright, so for Dean, the first card we have is Detective in reverse. It says, voyeurism or falsifying information. So it's like Dean may actually have a habit of kind of, to put it lightly, lying, or not telling full truths. So maybe someone who hypes something up more than it seems to be. Yeah, hypes things up more than it actually is, And that's to really avoid saying that he may be a voyeur, but he may be someone who likes that, public sexy. I don't know. But, we do have that. So he does do, so he may be a little bit of a freak, and may also like to falsify, his experiences, or falsify, he may lie a lot. I'm gonna just put it bluntly. He may lie a lot. Okay. We have guide. It says represents the nature of the divine in life itself, life and in yourself. So it's like he is aware of his purpose, and he shows that with his music. He knows he is here, fully aware of what he's here to do, how to do it, what his plans are. Like, he's completely aware of what he's going to do with his life, and he shows you every day. We have shapeshifter in the light. He's able to change himself and his music into whatever he wants it to be. He's able to adjust it to fit into whatever category he may want it to be in. He's able to change himself to fit into whatever group that he wants to be put in. He's a very versatile person. the very versatile traits. So, you know, that's what we have here. We do have miser in reverse. So this is someone who's potentially, you know, sort of greedy, a little bit greedy when it comes to financial situations. Probably a little bit on the selfish side, doesn't like to share or spend a lot of money on other people, at least people who aren't super, super close to him. It says hoarding money and emotions, obsessive fear of losing your wealth. So, and it's interesting that it's right under this falsifying information, because I was just going to say, I feel like he also makes people think that he's a lot bigger and badder than he actually is. You know, so there is that. We have addict in reverse, compromises integrity and honesty, allows an addictive pattern to have authority over your inner spirit. And I see authority over others as well. I do see him being someone who probably looks down on people around him. And I mean, not on his people on his level, but I guess that, you know, it sort of sounds like it makes sense, looking down on people who are not on the same level as you. But like, imagine like looking down on people just younger than you, newer artists. There's a little sense of that in reality, like nose up in the air kind of thing. He may also be addicted. He may have an addiction. He may actually have an actual addiction. It could be cigarettes. It could be alcohol. It could be anything of the sorts. Anything that you can be addicted to. He may have one of those problems or pattern there that he cannot break just yet. We have engineer. It says ability to give creative energy and practical girl. Ability to give creative energy, a practical expression, talent for designing resolutions to common dilemmas. So, it's just like he's able to, I feel like this is again more of talent in like, I don't know if I think he does play an instrument, but I don't know if he actually is in there when he's in the studio. If he produces, I think they call them engineers too, music engineers as well. So I don't know if he produces, but I think he's really good at it. I think he's really good at it. If he does produce, he's very, very good at what he does. He has a gift to do that. So there's that. This is a personality reading. If you're interested in personality reading, I have full listings of the type of readings that I do over on my YouTube channel in the community section. So please go over there to see the listings, price listings for my readings. And email me at thelinesandtarot@yahoo.com if you're interested in getting a personality reading for yourself. Okay. Okay, so what do we have next for him? What deck am I going to use next? I'm going to go ahead and go to energy reading, energy oracle reading. I'm not channeling. I'm using cards. That's why I call it energy oracle reading instead of just a plain energy reading. Who am I? Okay. All right, Dean. Quest. Is Dean gonna release some music? Because he seems like he's definitely okay. This is giving me Dean is the type of person that has to travel around the world before he writes an album. You know, the person that has to sit in the desert before he can write a good song. Like he seems like that person. We have trickery. Interesting here. Allegedly for entertainment purposes only. He may, with whatever he releases, draw some inspiration from somebody else's stuff. He may draw some inspiration from somebody else's stuff. Yeah, but I feel like instinctively, as the card says here, that he feels like he needs to be out in nature, he needs to travel, he needs to be out in the world in order to actually produce his best amounts of music. But also in that, out in the world, seeing other people, seeing other artists, the trickery kind of comes in. And I think he had a card of similar I think the card that would be a little bit aligned with this would be this Detective in reverse, which talks about falsifying information. I think the trickery is that he may have some inspiration from somebody this upcoming album or whatever he has coming out, if he has something coming out. So he should be careful of not to be too inspired by somebody else, or if he's going to use somebody else to aid in his music, to make sure he properly pays them and he doesn't take advantage of them. So yeah, let's pull some more oracles. Remember, this reading is available over in the community section. The price listing is there. Email me at thelionsandtarot@yahoo.com if you would like to purchase your own. Yeah, his mind is a mess. It's chaotic in a good and bad way. Yeah, it's like he's giving me, even with innocence, this wolf in sheep clothing kind of thing. What is going on here? Okay. I wonder if he has, I'm not diagnosing anybody, by the way, please understand that. But what do they call it? I think a way to say is aneurotypical. I wonder if he's aneurotypical, because there does seem to be a little bit of imbalance here within the brain. So mentally, there's a mental imbalance here that I'm feeling for him. I don't know what that is, but it's definitely a mental imbalance. He definitely has patterns that he's not going to change. He's unwilling to change them. He's like completely the person that he is. And like, if that makes sense, he's completely the person that he is. He's reached a point that there is no evolving from here. This music could also be related to politics. With this trickery, it could be actually about politics. I don't know if what it is rather than even using someone's stuff, or being inspired by somebody. It could also be a song that seems one way but it's actually another, or something that seems like it's about one thing but it's actually completely about something else. Or this could be something that kind of, like, even with politics in reverse, he may do something or sing something that's a little bit controversial. But it's not ready yet. It's not, even with this ripeness in reverse, it's either not ready yet or it's incomplete, almost like an incomplete thought, an incomplete message. So, like, if he would release it today, it would be something like he may have been onto something, but he didn't complete the message, and therefore it could be read completely wrong and in the wrong way. So he should be careful about putting out music that he intends to be deep, or intends to be inspiring. If he puts it out too early without truly thinking over going over the thought process, or not fully going over the message that he intends to give. Because he could end up sending the complete wrong message that he had no intention to put out there, and it could backfire. Kind of like Sani did a song a while ago, and I forgot. I think it was like a feminist song, and the point was he was supposed to be doing it from the point of view of a misogynist, but people thought it was genuinely him being misogynistic. Rather than it being from the point of view of a misogynist. So if you don't think it out thoroughly, it will backfire. People are not going to believe you if you say, no, that, wasn't my intention, or anything like that. So he has to be careful with that. And lastly, I'm going to pull some cards to see, like, what's the next biggest thing to happen. I probably already covered that in the oracle, but, whatever. What's the next biggest thing to happen in Zion Dean's Lord? Oh my God. I just realized, am I mixing the two? Oh God, I hope I wasn't mixing the two in this video. In Dean's career. Lord, not Zion T. Goodness. Okay. All right, Deanie boy. Oh, that's a habit I picked up from my little sister. Okay, Dean. What's the next biggest thing to happen for you in your career publicly? You know, what's happening? We have Two of Wands. Like I said, things can go either way. Ace of Swords. Yep, almost like regret saying something. Like, it's gonna do something publicly that, yep. He needs to be careful about whatever message he's going to try to portray, because it looks like it's going to backfire. It's going to backfire on him. It does look like he has some sort of management. I don't know if there's a woman around here, but he does seem like he has somebody in control that's going to get him out of there eventually. But yeah, he just needs to be really careful with what he puts out. If he decides to throw some shade via online, on Instagram, on wherever, if he decides to throw some shade in a song at anybody, if he decides to try to be political, and it backfiring, he just needs to be really careful, make sure he thinks his music or whatever he's putting out to the world, thinks it all the way through. Make sure it is a complete thought, because it can backfire, and it looks like it will. This starting off with the Two of Wands tells me it's a 50-50 chance, though. It's almost a 50-50 chance, though. So, may or may not happen. But yeah, so this is what I have for Dean. I hope you enjoyed it. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next video, Cubs. Make sure you follow me on Patreon if you want a whole bunch of perks added to your experience here, or the members below, and on Twitter. I'll see you in the next one. Bye, Cubs.